Welcome to Homeschool Together. That is Ariel, and I'm Matthew, and you've probably been listening to our podcast.
We hope so.
We hope so. But we're going to be doing a little bit of videos now, and kind of going through our Build Your Library Torchlight combination that we're embarking on right now.
Right, we've just done our first country.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Canada today, but we're going to continue doing these videos, kind of summarizing all the various countries we're going to go to, all the various regions, and we want to talk about the books, what we liked, what we didn't like, and we'll go through a number of recommendations here. We have books in our hands right now. But if you're listening to this and you're wondering, sounds like they're doing some show and tell, head on over to the YouTube channel and you can be able to watch this video. So to the podcast listeners, head on over. So let's begin. Canada. That's the first country in this combination.
Right. So our combination starts with a week of Build Your Library and then a week of Torchlight that follows the same country. So Build Your Library was Canada, Torchlight is Canada and Alaska. So there's some combo in there. We chose to read the literature selection from Build Your Library, which is the very, very far north.
Very cute.
This is a fantastic book. Definitely, we're going to do a full review on this, so you can check that out in the show notes because it's worth talking about.
We'll link it down.
Yeah, but this is the book that we read over the 2 weeks that we studied and really enjoyed this book.
Yeah, it was super cute. The next one was Bear Goes Sugaring.
Yeah, I love this book. It's super great. The author is also the illustrator. This gave so much information about maple syrup making. I mean, it even told you what size drill bit to get for the tree.
Definitely had the 5-year-old looking out the window going, is that a maple tree I could tap into?
No, it even has identification in the book about how to tell which is a sugaring maple and not. So if you're looking for a book that is really educational about maple syrup making and not just fluff, this is great, and it has great illustrations all done by the same author. So we really enjoyed Bear Goes Sugaring, and I do have a video where we go into this in detail if you look in the show notes too, and we kind of walk through this book.
Yeah, so the next one is Carson Crosses Canada, and if you think Carson is a young little boy, you'd be wrong. It's a cute little dog.
Yeah, this book is really great. This is the Build Your Library literature selection for Canada. We could not get Acalac's Adventure from Torchlight. They didn't have it at our library, but they did have this one. This was fantastic. It's the journey of Carson and his owner Annie as they go across Canada, and it goes through all the different landscapes.
Yeah, so, I think that was the biggest part that I think
it was really nice.
It was one of the first books I think really just touched on the breadth of what Canada offers.
Right, Canada is such a large country, and to be able to boil it down to just Arctic, which we felt like a lot of this section did talk about it just being Arctic tundra.
We'll go into a little bit of the changes.
But that's what was really nice about this book, is that it really showed all the different landscapes of Canada. So this for us was a definite buy. If your library doesn't have it, we would pick this book up because our daughters absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's really good for the dog owners. You know, we own the dog. She's sitting right over here, just off camera.
The chocolate lamp.
Really good for those dog owners, the kids who have dogs. You know, we're not really the cat people.
We're not cat people.
Oh, no.
He's allergic.
Oh no, the unsubscribers are coming.
But we really loved that book. It was very sweet. It was a terrific book for a kindergartner. It wasn't above her head, and it was just perfect.
Well, and then beyond that, through the books, through the mind, but also through the belly, we did a lot of food study stuff as well.
We did. So from
fried Canadian pancakes.
Yes, we made bannock bread,
which
we served. It was kind of almost like a quick bread type of, like a quick biscuit type of mix, and then you fried it and put it with maple syrup. It was from the Cooking Class Global Feast book, which is now the Build Your Library kitchen classroom book for this study, and it was really easy to make.
Definitely something, definitely something you can do. I did it with my 2-year-old and my 5-year-old, and I didn't destroy the kitchen, so it actually went pretty
Right, if you
well.
Check out our Instagram, you can see pictures of how it turned out, but really tasty, and I don't know that it's a good thing that we know that recipe.
You can obviously tell I eat a lot of bannock bread, so.
Yeah, it was really dangerous to know how easy it is to make those, but our daughters absolutely love that activity.
Well, and then something you did with the curriculum is you added in the movie. And so what was the movie? We always, we're a big movie family. We always like to watch movies. We always like to fold in, kind of like the area with the movie, or like the theme of whatever we're learning for that week or whatever, into a movie, so we can have a nice reward at the end of the week, especially for our younger daughters. they love watching movies, Disney movies, things of that nature. So what was the movie selection for this week?
So we chose Fly Away Home, which I think is a 96 movie.
Yeah.
So Jeff Daniels, Anna Paquin, about a girl who comes to live with her father after the death of her mother. So there is a bit of a car crash scene at the beginning. It was very light, but if you have some sensitive learners, you may just skip past the very, very beginning. But basically, she comes to live in Canada, and she adopts, or these geese kind of adopt her, and she has to help them fly to South Carolina. So lots of great views of Canadian countryside, and it was just a very sweet movie. My 5-year-old absolutely loved it. Just great visuals and great music. I think there was one curse word, but otherwise it was a pretty wholesome movie. So
pretty wholesome.
Yeah, we really liked it.
Let's talk a little bit about the changes we've done. So maybe let's talk about the first thing that we would maybe change if we did this again. So we have a 2-year-old, so we will be doing this again.
Right.
So these are kind of the changes that we might like tweak and kind of change, as we do the curriculum again. So what was that first change that we did?
So I felt like, aside from Carson Crosses Canada, both Build Your Library and Torchlight had a real bias towards the Arctic, towards in northern Canada, even Alaska. Nothing talked about the southern regions.
The tropical area of Canada.
Yeah. So we live very close to Vancouver because we're in Seattle, and there was nothing about any of the big Canadian cities: Vancouver, Quebec, Toronto. So that we felt like was a bit lacking. We would probably add in some more.
There was one reference to a girl in Quebec, but other than that, it was
always
always very northern section of Canada, which it was beautiful. It was fun. We did a lot of Google Earth kind of moving around.
Right.
But from the standpoint of like really connecting with the idea that maybe our daughter could actually go to one of these cities.
Right.
Vancouver's right up the road from us. So
right.
I think what we'll do is we'll probably focus on maybe a close city. Maybe we'll recommend that to you guys as well, to maybe pick a city that you're close to, or maybe a city that you might actually visit. And then focus and study on that. That was a nice little change I think we'll do.
Yeah, I think that was a really good idea. It just didn't... It didn't seem to embrace the fact that there's so many different cultures in Canada. We're working on the United States now, and we'll do a review video for that. But I'm already seeing all the multicultural references brought in from both the curriculums. And I didn't really see that in Canada. There is a lot of different cultures that have come together in one place.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like we would embrace that more the next time we go through. Because our daughter had this impression that Canada is just all snow and ice and tundra all the time. And that was not quite accurate.
I did see a picture of Alberta. We're in April here, and there was snow.
Well, I'm not saying it's not chilly.
It is
I'm
chilly.
just saying that her view of it was that the entire country was northern tundra, and we were telling her that we might go to, Whistler in the summertime, and it would be all wildflowers and pretty, and she was like,
"Yeah, I don't think so, Mama."
So that was something I think we would change.
The next thing I think we did change, and I think it was a good change for us, is one of the spines is The Children Like Me,
which is a fabulous book.
It's a fantastic book, and we have 2 versions of it. We have an older version, we have a newer version.
I happen to have the 95 version, so why not?
And they are very different. So if you end up finding both copies, it's just like a nice addition where you can get an extra, 2 pages to read and whatnot.
Well, it's kind of cool because it shows the change in every country over 20 years. It's 1995 and then 2015, so that's kind of cool.
The close, the older one really reminds me of the 90s. But the one that we've added in Celebrations, which is basically on their Children Like Me, it's kind of like a series of books.
Right.
Yeah, so that's basically the Celebrations one is one that we've added. And then also the one I think I really liked a lot, which is A School Like Mine. Now, I know we are homeschoolers, but each page and each kid that they kind of showcased showed more of like what their lives were like, and not as much about their school.
They did show like the school building, but other than that, it was more about their lives.
Yeah, it's really just pictures of the kids and everything. And for our daughter, the 5-year-old, she really gravitates to learning about other kids and just interacting with other kids, seeing other kids, see what other kids do in other countries. And I thought that book was a nice addition. So if you have a chance to add that to your spines, I would highly suggest it.
Yeah, we'll link all the books down in the show notes if you want to check out any of these. But we really liked all of these books. Overall, I think Canada was really fun. Our daughter knows where it is on the globe now, which, I mean, for a 5-year-old, I think is success.
Yeah, and we just came off of Blossom and Root, the early years.
Volume 2.
Volume 2. And coming up, it was a good start for us to kind of get our sea legs again. We've been doing the curriculums for about 2 years now with our older daughter. Being able to get into this kind of combo curriculum was a nice change. It got me back into it because I am the primary educator and stay-at-home dad. it was a good way to kind of get that working engine again and figuring out what we do on a daily basis. It doesn't take a lot of time. Combining the two curriculums does seem like a lot, but it's not more than a couple hours a day.
It's a lot of storybooks, really.
It's a lot of reading. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, but the reading, it's like 1 page of this, 2 pages of that.
It's really not a big deal.
It's not complex. I think you could definitely combine them both and do it in a week. We didn't really need 2 weeks, but I felt like 2 weeks was nice because we could really embrace the flavor of the culture and watch a lot of extension videos, which we did. So if you haven't got a chance to check out our North America Resources Guide, definitely check it out. It's free in the show notes because we have a lot of extension videos and extension books and things that you could bring in for all the different countries in North America. And we loved a lot of the videos. We did a lot of like 4K flyovers and things, which was just lovely to have on in the background even when they were doing art and things, and they could kind of get a sense of the landscape of Canada.
Absolutely. So we're going to be doing this every couple weeks.
Yeah,
we're going to be covering every region, and so hopefully you can hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, follow with us, follow with these videos, and if you have time, head on over, subscribe to our podcast, which comes out twice a week.
Yeah, check it out.
Check it out. It's a lot of fun. We talk about a lot of games. We talk a lot about, things to learn, doing topics. We have great interviews with people from our community and also experts in the homeschooling area. And so hopefully you can join us, and we look forward to seeing more.
Thanks.
Bye.